Okay.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Joyful Healing, Coach Mena.
Jacqueline best, the best.
and and I know Coach Mena is one of these very humble people because she's, a person, but I do want to just let people know, because those that still think the idea of a doctor has more information than you, she is, and she's here to tell you she's a coach, because that's who she really is, and every one of you has your own inner guidance, and that will guide you to your own healing. And sometimes it uses a doctor, and sometimes it uses someone else.
No. I'm always me. I am always totally me.
That's why it's me now.
Sometimes I play one thing best, and sometimes I wish to play the other. But I'm always me, and I always put the whole of me in everything I do. Yeah. Like crazy.
Yeah, and actually that's me is really the I am, correct? Like the I am source, the soul of who we are plays different roles. So you're like the actor that goes to play in the TV show that does, in the emergency, in the hospital. We've done the mother thing, right? Those things, yeah, we played roles. That's the whole idea. Very good point. That some of us get identified with a label of our profession and make one more important than the other. But truthfully, we're just here, and we're all part of the source consciousness. And in healing, we are connecting into that vibe of joy. And we're just going to move our bodies here and release and let go of all the stuff that you've been feeling. And a lot of it's other people's stuff.
Yes, let go stuff.
It's
Just
like
be you and me. Yes, lots of people identify with their roles of mother, of the profession or something, but we are we. Just beautiful, just gorgeous, just crazy.
blossoming it.
Now, opening to the joy of life, opening to the beauty, spreading beauty and love and laughter around the world.
And whether you like to sing a song as you're moving, the music might come to your soul. Just allow yourself to feel the essence of life around you. I'm here in front of the ocean, and it is always moving. Even when the waves calm and it seems like glass, it's still moving. And that is the beauty, is we're always in some sort of movement. Even when we're quiet, we can be in movement. And so just let your body experience what it wants to experience. Let your hips and that core of that sacral energy, as they say, a lot of, stories about maybe wounds have been there, whether it's true or not. Just shake it all off and get in that joy. Shake it like Shakira. Wasn't she Shakira? Make the body move there. And
you shake and I wave. You have the sea with you. I have the waves. Oh,
but
because I'm feeling like soft movements, and it's like that. Each one of us has her own rhythm. So just do what you wish. That's the secret. Just do what you wish. What makes you happy? What makes you sing?
La, la,
What
la,
gives
la,
you...
la.
Yeah. And each song is different, of course. My song may be different from you. Of course, we are different and unique. So feel here, listen to your own song. That's why we don't put music here. Each one has her own song, her own rhythm. Fly,
Mm.
connect with your essence, connect with your brilliance. We are here, each one of us, loving ourselves. Oh, I love me first. I love me first.
And I find that too is when I open my arms wide, in the sense it's like I'm letting, I'm just letting all this love in, and then I'm capturing it, and I'm, you know, bringing it in and storing it all in that sense. For me, it's kind of symbolic. It's like, yes, thank you, I'm
Yeah,
all part of it. It's like I watch the birds, and especially here, but I've seen it with many animals. When I was in Africa, eastern and southern, the animals would turn to the sun. They would just sit and bask in the sun. The birds will sit there and they'll just look at the sun and they take it in, and they have this time where they're just absorbing, they're receiving, and that's what we're doing. We're receiving the good vibes, we're receiving the joy, we're receiving healing, and it's coming into us at all times. We are always in that vibe. Nothing we need to get to, nothing we need to strive for, just open and receive, trust and believe, and just love yourself. Appreciate yourself, honor yourself, and celebrate yourself.
receiving. Yes, receiving. We women give so much. We are always giving. The birds, the animals have the natural intelligence of the universe. They are connected. They are always connected. So they are always receiving. And all is well. All is well. So we can afford to receive. We can give us permission to receive. It's free to receive. Receive our love,
Yeah.
our beautiful energy. We deserve. We deserve. You deserve to love yourself. You deserve to love yourself, to be who you are inside. Mm. So move your body, move your body at your own rhythm. Feel what it is to feel.
Hmm.
Mm. Shake, shake, shake.
It's, I know for me, when I start to move my body, it's like my body starts to talk to me. It has like messages, and the knee almost will say, shake me, move me, twirl me, and it's just this idea that there is a greater connection with my awareness to each sort of part of me, which is all of me, and it's just saying, yeah, just I need a little loosening, or I just need to move those fingers. Like it's a sense of it's this force that just guides, and it feels like it's talking to me in the sense, but it's just moving at me. And that's how I feel it moves each one of us, is when we're in this, when we call flow, things don't necessarily make sense up here. They just happen. And I had one of those the other day where I can walk the beach, I can walk the forest here, I could walk the country roads, and I had a list of a few things that I needed to get done, and there was this inner guidance that said, no, you want to go to Summerside. And it's like, okay, I'll follow, because it was like the wind is pushing me, that's how it feels like in the body. It's like pushing me out the door, and so I have to drive 20 minutes to this nature little trail where they've got these beautiful red squirrels and these blue jays, and I'm walking and enjoying it. And then I meet a woman, and there were other women, but this particular woman, we met and we conversed and had this very deep, heartfelt connection. And in my conversation, opened her up, and she started to tear up, and she said, this is why I came here. This is why I had to walk here. She wasn't from that place either, and she was pretty much new to the island, and I certainly didn't have to walk there either. But it's when we trust, we come together in places and magic that we've never known, because we could never plan, because we would never know that that's what the universe is doing, and that's what's going on in each of our bodies. One cell is talking to the other one, and everything's working in harmony if we let it work. We just trust and let it and give it what it needs. If we need to drink more water, drink more water, right? Be aware of what your body is telling you, what the message is, and respond accordingly. And just be delighted with how magical life is. Be in awe. And it doesn't have to have a reason. It's like I tell the story like, oh, well, that's the reason we did it. But there were so many other reasons. The dog met the squirrels, and the other lady met that. There's so many other aspects of that experience. But our mind still always usually wants to make kind of one experience of something and say, oh, that's why that happened. But we never know.
And the point is, are you listening? Are you listening to the messages of your body? Are you listening to the messages of your soul? Oh.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm listening to the messages. Yes, yes, yes. I'm listening to my soul.
Oh, let's be crazy. It's so good to be crazy. All their minds that have a lot of rules. Let go of what doesn't serve you. Let go and let in the light, the bright, the health and the wealth. And shine to the world. I receive. I integrate. I love it in my body. I raise my energy. And then, naturally, it expands, it grows, it naturally irradiates to the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
high vibes to the world.
Yeah, it's like we're each a lighthouse, and that light, as we're firm in our center, just emits out naturally. It just emits all out, and we have all these lighthouses, millions of them around the world, for all of us that have been doing and connecting. In a sense, we feel like we've been doing this work for decades, you know, if not at lifetimes. And it's magnified. And for me, this is all that's occurring, is there's so much light. It's like it's pouring the water into a dirty glass, you know, with a little bit of dirt on the bottom, and you've been pouring the water, and we've been pouring the water. Now, finally, the dirt is all coming up to the top, you know, and it's all spitting out. And that's all we're seeing in the world, is all the pus of a cut being pushed out, right? Like the infectant is leaving it. The blood is finally rushed in, and we're seeing the wounds, but it's because it's healing. It's finally, this is the time. It's all being overcome, and the fears are being released, and the anxieties are being released, and we are here just to be the light, because we know this to be true. And as we hold that space like a lighthouse, that we're firmly rooted, or like I like to even say, like I was in Costa Rica, learn how to be firm like one of those trees for millions of years. They're so deep, our roots, that's what we all are. And that light just keeps expanding out, touching those and inspiring them in their own ways. And it's all perfect.
So don't be afraid. The light is growing, the light is expanding. And when you have a room with only a few lights, you see something. When you expand the light, sometimes you see a lot of things you were not seeing before. You see more dust, more things you wouldn't like to see, and you have to clean. It seems you have to clean. So don't be frightened. The light is rising. You are seeing much more of some things you don't like, but they were already there. We didn't see them. Now we see. But it's good because now we can clean. We can give away what is rot or doesn't serve us anymore. So don't be afraid. Trust the light is growing. We are cleaning. The world is cleaning. And that's good because after cleaning, we have a nice, brighter home. So trust.
And that is such a beautiful analogy, because everybody that, well, mostly people realize there are times where you might feel tired, or things are a little chaotic, and your home just isn't the way you might want it to be. Or even as I was working with someone the other day, because I love to help declutter and shift energy, and I had her, you know, and I do this virtually, I said, just shift your bed. Because when you shift your bed, or you shift a sofa, you're like, oh, you discover dust bunnies. You discover things, just like you said, all these, you say, oh, and you clean them up. And that's all we do. We have a rhythm and flow. And sometimes there's this time where we're doing a little deeper cleaning. And when we realize everything really is sparkling and everything is always working for us, it just becomes so much more delightful, because you know there's always a solution to whatever it is you think or perceive as a problem. Life is working for you, and there's infinite possibilities. Just tune into the joyful one, the one that really makes your heart sing, that makes you want to expand and share. And if everybody, just imagine right now a world where everybody wants to just do what brings them sheer inner joy, and it's an innate order. And we're all happy, and we're all giving, and we're all delighted to contribute to each other because everybody is in that vibe. And that's all I see that's happening, because that's all the types of people I connect with.
Love is working for you. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Believe, just believe. Love is working for you.
Yeah.
You don't know all. I don't know all. I
No.
don't know the reasons. Sincerely, I don't care anymore.
I know.
I know. I said, it is for me to be happy. It is for you to be happy.
I mean, isn't there some song like that? I don't care if, no, but it's true. It's like, it's so true, where I used to want to go jump in the ocean and swim to save somebody, right? And go, I'll pull you out and drag you in. And they're like, no, I'm enjoying pretending that I'm having an issue, right? Like, and it's like, okay, I respect you now. I respect that that's the role you're playing. Just like we talked earlier about you playing a role in the hospital. Someone's a patient in a TV show. They're playing that role. So let people play the roles they want to play. Yeah. And I don't care as much about them as about, in the sense about keeping my vibe, because I know as I play here, it's like give permission to other people, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the law of permission.
Yeah.
It was the hardest law for me to accept, because I have to permit other people to be who I was not liking them to be. My mind knows more. I know a better way. You have to go there.
Yep.
It doesn't work. I only can change me. I only can accept and choose my own way. You are free like a bird.
Yeah. You know, it's there's those moments where I remember, you know, wanting my marriage to change, and it changed because I felt like he needed to change, because I was the spiritual one, right? I was he was very connected too. But when I'd get in those moments of, you know, well, I know better. and it was just like he's saying, you know, I'm here to teach you to say, love your life and do what you enjoy, and stop being in this box of rules and think it has to be this way and that way. And he was such a gift to teach me so many things. And I would say now, I'd say to people, I do know so many times we feel like he was saying, oh, how long is she going to take to get this lesson? You know, like, how much more time do I have to give her, God? Like, okay, I thought we were only supposed to do a couple years on this, not 16, you know? It was like, because he was giving me everything I needed to see. And we want to say, oh, dark worker, light worker, you know what I mean? It's like, no, we're all light workers taking on different roles in different times to help each other come to this space of joy, and realizing you can have your heart's desires. That's what you're here to experience, to be in awe, to light up like a little child when you go, ice cream cone, and you go, wow, it's like the first time they've ever seen it, you know, or the second time, but they're still in that, ooh, it's a new day, ooh.
And sometimes it's like that. The universe talks with us, our soul, our essence talks with us with a tiny, tiny voice, almost silent voice. Listen to your sounds. It's like this. Listen to your sounds. There is magical in listening to our sounds because even your body, even my body, it talks to us in a soft voice.
Mm-hmm.
And we are very occupied and we don't listen. And then what happens? He starts to speaking louder and louder and louder. And we are very busy. We have a lot of things to do and we don't listen. And it starts shouting with us. And how does our body shout with us? Pain, sadness, and we don't listen. And it starts crying, shouting with disease, with lots of other things
Mm-hmm.
until you cannot do anything more. You are ill, you are sick, you have to stop and listen. So let's listen now, being healthy. Yes, let's express our body, the movements it wants to do. It's liberating.
Yeah. Yes, and that's what our body's here to do, is to move and carry us and allow us to have this experience of touching and feeling. And so you can have the experience of, you know, pain, and you can have the experience of misery in your body. And I always say, like, you can have whatever experience you want to have. It's when you're making your experience wrong or you want a different experience, like you're saying you need to change, you know, or I need to do something, or this isn't happening. You're you're feeling victimized by your experience. You're feeling a sense of powerlessness by your experience. You want it to change. That's those times that you're really getting great messages to just find within yourself. Put your hands on your heart if you need to. Open your palms. Find it so you realize your heart is beating always. You're breathing in oxygen and you're releasing carbon dioxide always. This is going on always. So get present to the inner vibe and start to ask for what is it? What is it you need to do now? What is your next step? Get rid of the why is this happening to me question and ask what is my next step? What do I need to do? What am I learning from this? What is the gift? How does
You wish to be, you wish to be listened to. You wish to be taken care of. So each one of our cells, each one of our organs, our muscles, they are like individuals of our body community. Each one wishes to be listened. Each one deserves to be listened and taken care of. Each one has an innate, infinite intelligence. Each cell knows what it wants, each needs for growing and be healthy. So you, the commander, listen. Listen to each cell of your body, each wish of your body. Listen. You are the president, the king, the queen of your body. Listen to yourself, your humble self, and ask yourself, what do you need? What do you wish to be healthy and happy and joyful and whatever you wish? That's important. You are important. Each part, each piece of you is important. So listen to your body. Let him express himself. Let each cell enjoy your love, your care, your sensibility. And then you will be able to dance the dance of life even more, even easier, even better than you think. And switch and turn around
And when
and
you choose joy and you choose to listen and 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 move to more joyful vibration, you realize everything in your life has a different vibration. That when you're eating Halloween candy that some people are eating this morning, as a child might want to wake up and eat, their chocolate early morning, they have a joy about, oh my gosh, I get to eat this now. And that's the idea, is when you have joy and you realize it's joyful, it's just the joyful experience versus other things that you're told about, the candy and the effect on you. When you eat and you drink in joy, your body responds in joy. When you pick up a glass of water and you're like, oh, I'm joyfully being rehydrated, like this feels good, versus like, oh, a different vibe that says I must drink 8 glasses of water a day. It's a different vibe. So approach your life with joy. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And more joy comes to you. Joyfully co-creating.
joyfully co-creating. And as you are a co-creator with the universe, with us, you can bless the water you drink. You can talk with this water and say, I bless you, you bless me. You are bringing me the life, the health, the vitality, and everything, the joy, everything my body needs. Mm. And as a co-creator, as co-creators, we all are. We are here to co-create, yes, to co-create the world we wish, not only our inner world. We are radiating. Now is the moment. Hundreds, millions, billions of people are wishing to be happier, are wishing to be healthier, are wishing peace to the world. So it's such a glorious moment for us to join, each one of us, at our own countries and houses and little groups. Each one of us can join in co-creating peace and love and health and wealth to the world,
Yes.
expanding. We are powerful. You are powerful. So be be conscious of your power
Mm-hmm.
to create your own reality and to expand it as you wish, as you feel it's best for you. Just like this, it seems magic. It is magical.
It is. It and I loved a quote by Bruno Gröning when he said, what you think," he said, "you've fallen so far away from God that what you think is a miracle is just natural."
Yeah.
And that for me is the ultimate, is when people go, "How do these things happen to you? You know, how does it work out that way?" It's like, because that's natural. When you get in that vibe where you realize, it's like me getting the information to leave Costa Rica before the pandemic was even declared, right? It's like you're in the vibe, you just know, and you're following and you're trusting, and things are working out for you. And yes, you still get winds, you still stick your foot in the mud puddle, you know, stuff still happens, but that inner joy, like the eyes of a child, is still there, like, wow, wasn't that cool? I had a temper tantrum, or, you know, we had an issue, but it's like over, and that inner joy is still present. And it's a whole other world to be in, when you can love and appreciate each other for where they are, and trust and believe that they're getting everything they need in that moment in time, that every one of us has a divine connection, that they don't need us. They have everything. They can want to connect and co-create with us, and we can support each other. Ultimately, every one of us is realizing how powerful in essence we are, because that's why we're here, is to play and create our life, our world. That's why I say it's best whole new world. It's everybody's best whole new world. And everyone can have something completely different and still be awesome and beautiful and interconnected, and nature's thriving. Like, it can be a win for everybody.
Yes. Everybody can win.
Everybody. See, it's like, we are the world, we are the children. Da-da-da-da, the hands up, baby, hands up. Give me your love, give me your love. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Song, I know, like little verbiage that just comes in on certain songs. It's like, okay, ask me to sing the third one, I wouldn't know. It's like, okay, who sang it? I have zero idea. So I'm just gonna say, is just, if you're feeling like just slowing down here in the moment, and just making sure that you're really feeling that you've opened yourself up this time with us, that you've really allowed yourself to expand into the beautiful space of unknownness, and that you can trust that in this unknownness, that health is what exists. And in this sense of health, everything in health is healing, and it's just natural vibe to be in that state. And your body is designed to release things in that process. Just imagine if you just inhaled and you never let go. You know, you have to let go of things. That's why you release carbon dioxide, you release from your nose, you release from your bowels, you know, you release from your skin, you release. It's natural to release. We release emotions, we release energy when we realize, That's why we have to sometimes go, ooh, shake it off. You know, you have to release. It's part of how we're designed. We receive and we release and we can reset. And when you reset, it's like quieting this part and opening this part. This is the heart is like between the head and the gut. And if you want to say the gut is the instinct and the head is the reasoning, the heart is the pulse of your guidance. And it is what's co-creating with the whole earth and everybody else. It knows exactly where everyone else. It's your internal GPS, right? It's your inner compass, whatever name you want to give it. But it's like just knowing that you have everything. So if you had $1 trillion computer in your house, are you going to spend some time maybe learning about it? And that's what you have right here and right now within yourself, is you have the greatest gift that can ever be given, this body, this whole body, to have you have this co-creative experience. So learn to know what brings you joy. Try things out if you're so disconnected from your needs. Find, is it dance? You know, is it laughter? Is it silence? Is it reading? Find your joy. Find your bliss. And discover how your life starts to open up and show you new ways of being and new connections. And you realize it really is working for you. You were here.
I have to stop and to listen and to integrate too. And I am moved, not, I'm not moving now, but I am moved by what you're saying, because that's our message. And I was, before when you were talking, I was remembering it's time to release. And the miracle is the earth receives all our wastes and makes a miracle with them and turns it into oxygen and free water and beautiful plants for us to eat. And it's a miracle again, even with our waste. So that's really and open to receive our joy. Mm. So, how can you receive more?
I think you notice that you're receiving more, right? I think you notice you're receiving and then you notice you're receiving more. Like I feel like so many days, I feel like it's like somebody walks out of nothing. Like there, you know, it's as if, okay, so I'm standing on the deck and there's nobody around, for instance, or just by the, and it's like somebody walks out of nothingness. Like it really feels like that, and they just show up in my life, and it's just like they've been brought in, and here's the character, or here's the next scene, and I'm completely receiving this because they weren't there, you know. That wasn't in my scope of consciousness. They just showed up
Because you decided to receive.
Mm-hmm.
And then the universe gives you lots of ways to receive.
Right.
So everybody who is listening here now or will be listening as
Mm-hmm.
after, give yourself the permission, the gift of receiving,
Mm-hmm.
and know that what you are receiving will grow and will show today, tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
next week, next year, next whole
Yeah.
new life.
And
Now.
yeah, to me, that's the magic, right? Is in the sense of what's natural, is because I have these heart's desires, or I have these thoughts that come to me, and I think, oh, wouldn't this be great? You know, this idea of, well, yeah, that would be great. And then all of a sudden down the road, you go, wow, I had that thought before. And it's when you have the thought and you let go of the thought, right? When you have this and then you just let go, and then you realize, oh, I thought about this then, and now it is showing up. And that is the gift of the experience, right? It's this idea that things will manifest. So when you spend your time focused on joyful, loving, kind aspects, when you let your mind, if it's starting to spin around on happy, joyous things, you discover that's the natural essence of the vibe. And those that can only see something on the opposite end of the scale, if you know, when I used to be that way, it's because I used to spend all my time on feeling, oh, I'm so sick, I'm so hurt, I'm so pain, nothing's ever working. And when you put your energy there, it magnifies, right? Yeah, and you have to throw up to get it out. Yes, we release that way too.
So, we crazy loving things people.
Yeah.
Sorry for my English. I I make a lot of mistakes. Oh, but it doesn't matter. The feeling is love. We are spreading love.
Yes.
Yes, we may seem crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care. We just are here to love you, to love us, to love you. We are enjoying our time together, and we are wishing you enjoy too.
Yeah.
We are wishing you give yourself more pleasure, more joy, more life, more sadness if you need, but only a brief time. And then come back to your life,
Yes.
to your heart, because your heart knows better. Yeah. So I think it's time to live.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh and sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
And some people just entered in the room, so they will receive the recording.
Yes.
Because this time changing here in Portugal, there in Canada, it's confusing a bit some people.
Right.
I was confused too with the time, but
It's huge. It's the first. Yeah. So we'll just leave it at that. We're now all back to 4 hours apart. So, but really we're together and we're interlinked, and I'll get this recording posted and sent to you very shortly. So I love you all. Stay in your joy and just let it ripple right out from you. And the recording will get posted. Okay. Thank you.
love yourself. Love yourself first. Bye. Stay with you.